vilda och karga svenska västkusten. Ett himmelrike för kapare, sillkungar och annat slodder. Livet i den bohuslänska skärgården har alltid varit starkt bundet till havet och gåvorna havet ger från sitt djup. När sillen kom in bodde öborna i överflöd och rikedom. Men när sillen plötsligt försvann efter ett par årtiden så föll öborna ner i ett förskräcklig fattigdom och vedermöda. Skärgården är svår att navigera med starka strömmar och lömska grund. Sjöjungfrun styr över havet, vågorna och alla djupets varelser. Hon sägs ha en fiskstjärt istället för ben, en urgröpt fiskfjäderstäckt rygg och gälar. Sjöfarare var visa nog att blidka henne med offergåvor. Hon kunde belöna det som erbjöd henne gåvor med gynnsamma vindar eller stora fiskfångster. Men å den andra sidan, det som inte erbjöd henne något, kunde hon straffa genom att skicka stormar eller placera isberg i deras väg.
Hello and welcome to Vaesen, the Silver of the Sea, to what very well might be our season finale, with or without a TPK. We're going to go quickly around, let people tell us who they are, what they do, as the music horrifies us before we've even started the game. And then we're getting, I believe, 2 versions of our recap, because some people have some difficulty coming to terms with what is happening to them. And then we'll jump right back in the game. Wilde, why don't we start with you?
Yes, hello, I'm Wilde. I am playing Frederick, the lovely servant to Linnea, the masterful prank master, and I don't know, that's about it.
Masterful prank master. Somehow your pranks always seem to involve dead fish, so I would like to challenge your title, but maybe not today. Baker.
Hi, I'm Baker. I play Astrid, a very lovable chaos goblin who exists just to make Anniek's job more fun.
I will point out I still have the make Anniek happy in my back pocket for whenever it seems like you might be okay during this.
Hey, P.S., by the way, happy birthday.
Thank you. Eva. I kind of figured, to be perfectly honest.
Hi, I'm Eva. I am half of Sword and Key. I am here to play your, I always say plucky, I think she's probably paralyzed at this point, private detective, Linnea.
Nice.
The younger.
Exactly. The other one's in Poland, which apparently wasn't meant to sound as horrified as it did. Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. I'll be playing Comric, the out-of-place American officer with a death wish. And 2 wives. One on land and one in the sea.
The 2 wives and the death wish are related.
Pretty much.
Especially given who your wives are.
Yes,
oh, God,
exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Be warned. Don't get married. Oh, gosh. I'm going to get killed for that. Hi.
Hi, my name is Anniek. I play everybody else, and I get to monologue about how much trouble our friends are in. First, however, with the baying of hounds in the distance, which is definitely not my dogs responding to fireworks nearby, we're going to go into a lovely recap, which some might call delusional, others might just call it divorced from reality. And I think Frederick had these opinions. Wilde? Would you like to summarize last episode in your own semi-accurate way?
Yeah, so we all went to the mansion of the island where we were all cordially greeted by the maid and the master of the house. We went up to the dining area where we were all given a lovely little tour of the house, paintings and whatnot, It was made known that the owner of the house had the fortune of meeting Astrid beforehand, so they were well acquainted, so pleasantries abound. And we all sat down to a lovely dinner with soup, where we met the mother and the brothers, all lovely talkers, great amounts of conversation. And now we're out on a lovely little boat ride, where we can all look at the stars and the moon.
Lovely, semi-accurate recap. Does anyone have anything to add or contest?
So, in reality, while Frederick was high on pills, the rest of us were greeted by a very angry housekeeper who let us in, but also just acknowledged that Astrid had broken in earlier and knew where dinner would be happening. And so Astrid led us through the house that she had earlier B&E'd. And then we sat down for dinner, where Astrid was antagonistic, Linnea was kind and studious and wonderful. Comric was hungry until the very end. You didn't
Because
eat
you skipped
anything.
dinner.
Yeah, because you basically skipped dinner.
Like, I'm not eating this.
Our three of our hosts were animalistic in their eating, and the last one was just in denial about having murdered his father.
You can't prove a thing.
Oh, I can't. After leaving, we all passed out prior to Asher being able to give everyone heal all.
Such bad timing.
Such bad timing. And mainly because Anniek likes to taunt us with her ability to roll sixes. And
There's a lot of sixes.
We're all bound and gagged on a boat, and Astrid is thinking about doing terrible things.
I mean, the last part is nothing new.
I think we should go through every player's perspective on how we got right here. Yeah.
Just because it's probably the last episode for the season, please. Comric, how did you experience last session?
Yeah, this is always a great time. As soon as Astrid got back, she became somewhat different. Like, she knew everything that was going to happen before it even happened. We were talking and rested, and instead of having a conversation in a hotel room, she decided to have it in the town square, where she told everyone what we were up to, and we had to, cover for her in some type of way. Then we went into a dinner, face to face with the folks that we had most questions about. And instead of asking questions, she accused them right to their face. Well, to be fair, they poisoned us and we passed the fuck out. When we woke up, we were bound and tied and on a ship. So here we are, living our best lives.
Eva, how was Linnea's day?
Not great. Those things are all sort of true. There was a lot of whispering and staring on the way to the residence. When we got to dinner, there was some general pleasantries. So some of our party was a little sullen and quiet. Others were a little actively combative. So it was kind of hard to do any sort of non-antagonistic investigative work. And then we ended up poisoned. So here we are on a boat. It's cold. There's a bit of a smell. The ropes hurt.
Digging into your wrists a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I don't have my gun.
Hard to check since you're not just bound and tossed into the bottom of this boat. You are all actually tied to either part of the prow or part of the boat itself. So there's no rolling around and getting your backs to each other so you can helpfully untie each other as people are wont to do in fancy ass movies. One important detail that has been left out so far while on this boat being, I keep wanting to say being driven out to sea, but I'm pretty sure you don't drive a boat. While being sailed out to sea, I guess?
Justina.
Justina has been brought along in this boat, also tied up, and has been referred to as Plan B by your lovely captors. So, more than just the party's life on the line. Not going to make any comments on your track records with NPCs. And their survival rate. Who knows? Maybe Baker needs another support ghost after today. You are sailing for... It's hard to tell time at this point. You're still groggy. At least at this point you've all woken up from being drugged. Most of you don't smell very pleasant. You've been out for rather a number of hours, considering the fact that they also had to deal with an inn fire that was set by a certain priest, which, gotta applaud the initiative taking there. But it does mean that you are being sailed out to sea at the new moon. You've long passed the last little island. It is only water around you now. And at one point, a glowing light appears in the water around you. Very obvious, considering how dark it was so far. I don't know if you've heard the term, but it's this turquoise blue-green sea fire that is expanding from underneath the waves to around your boat. And considering how suddenly this is, it is almost blinding. And from the depths, you see a rather large palace. Absolutely stunning, made of gold and silver. You see slender arches, you see narrow towers, and you see all of this shimmering deep down at the bottom of the sea as you are sailing over it. It's incredibly soothing to look at this palace. It makes you want to slip into the water and swim down into the deep and just stay there. However, the unpleasant voice of Pete breaks this spell. The Neanderthal who knows a few words manages to snap you right out of it, and the underwater city fades before your eyes. Few hundred meters in front of this boat now rises a dark silhouette of rather a jaggy, rocky island. Something not the same island Astrid was marooned on previously, but something that looks similar. The boat halts. Apparently, you've reached the Deep Reef. They don't throw down the anchor, and yet the boat remains still. And Pete and Pace and Abela and Zacharias are coming to take you ashore. Is there anything someone would like to try or do as they start to untie you?
Are we, we're gagged, yeah?
Yeah.
Are they touching Astrid?
Not yet. They've started with Justina, and they've dragged her ashore.
All right. Whoever touches Astrid's gonna try and pull them into her mind.
How? Which spell or ability are you using?
She's gonna try and do. She's going to use the vision that her and Comric saw to just try and force them into that.
Your mic cut out for a second.
Oh. Do you remember that vision that Astrid saw with Comric in season 1 where they were drowning and people were being eaten?
Yeah, when you put on the ring that wasn't yours.
No. This was when we were on our way to the island. This was like
already season 2.
No. When we were
confused.
On the boat right before Rollo was there.
Oh,
the first
yes,
time we tied up Comric.
The first time, when Frederick sat on him.
Yes, that one.
That one.
So Astrid is going to try and pull them into something similar like that. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, and if you want to make it harder, valid. But yeah.
All right, we'll see. I'm gonna see how this plays out first because they're starting with Justina on that island.
Mm-hmm.
And then as she's, dumped on the ground unceremoniously is probably the best term to describe how they're treating her. Zacharias actually walks partway to the outer shore, and just sort of splashes into the water. And then I had an order for this. Pete is going to try and get Comric.
Eric wants to try and loosen or break free before they get to him and try to kind of get the jump on them if they can.
Okay. Are you trying to like wiggle your way free? Are you just going full bear strength and trying to break? Because they're pretty thick ropes.
Full brute force, whatever works.
Full brute force. I think that's literally just force. So a physique roll.
Okay. 2 6.
How many?
2.
2. So you don't like hulk out and immediately shred all your ropes and jump up. But you hear enough rope give that you can get a hand free here.
So he's gonna do that. And are any of them paying particularly close attention to him in particular?
I mean, Pete is dealing quote unquote with Comric. Pace is heading over to Linnea, and Abela is at the prow with a shotgun, but she's not looking too closely. She mainly seems to be watching over Justina at this point, who's been just chucked on the ground and left there.
All right, well, I guess Frederick is going to try and loosen as much as he can and try and see if he can push Abela over the boat.
Okay, so you're going to rush Abela.
Yeah.
But you have one hand free, so how are we getting our legs free without them picking up on it?
How far away is Abela?
Look, she's not far away, but between you and Abela are Linnea, Astrid, Comric, Pete, and Pace. So you'll be bull rushing through like the entire group of people.
Sure.
I think you first need to roll a stealth to see if you can hide that you're unhooking your own legs.
Sounds good.
While he's doing that, can I ask a question we're all probably thinking? Anyone
Please.
who's currently being untied, can they help him by trying to keep Pete and Pace where they are.
I'll let him add a die because you can help him keep distracted.
I mean, I can't. I was just wondering.
No, but I think Comric has enough situational awareness to pick up that maybe Frederick could use a hand. Assuming he's not so upset with his prank war that he's like, no, get fucked. You never know.
No.
You give a man a few dead fish, you don't know where it's going.
Oh, I thought Frederick was a dead fish.
I mean, see, I'm living up to my mug. I am the nicest.
All right, stealth roll.
Hang on, I have to roll for the idiots.
Okay. Well, as long as I get better than a 0.
2.
Yup.
Okay, so I only rolled for Pete because Pace is being an even dumber person. He notices you trying to untie or at least wiggle free the rest of the way so you can go charge Abela. And he steps in and he is going to use his close combat to hit you. And then tie you back up. But first we're going to try and hit you.
Sure.
Da-da-da. I need to stop rolling obsidian dice when I'm playing in the dark, because I can't see shit. Let's go away. Only roll 1-6. But I think that should be enough considering the fact you're tied up and you can't really dodge. He won't hit you hard enough to give you a condition. He's just going to tie you back up again.
Sure.
It's more of a corrective punch than actively trying to knock you out.
Is there a way for me to
tap to the snout?
Is there a way for me to, while he's trying to punch me, avoid it and, I don't know, knock him over since he's so close now?
I'm gonna say no because he noticed you while you were trying to untie your legs. So you have half an arm free, so you can just get up on the side that's still tied up. Why are these waves suddenly louder?
While this is happening, Linnea would like to look around and see if there's any... I don't know if I can do two things. Any, like, loose boards or anything that could be, like, used as an improvised weapon, but also she wants to keep a weather eye on the water and just see if there's anything that wasn't in the boat coming towards them or towards the island.
Yeah. Roll vigilance.
Uh, 1-6.
1-6. Lovely. Keeping an eye out on the water, you notice that off near the shore where Zacharias is doing whatever it is Zacharias is doing, something is swimming up.
Big, something.
A bit of a... So not sea serpent sized.
Okay.
More mermaid sized.
Okay.
And you do see some nice long flowing hair drifting in the water, fishy tail. Very pretty, also very, very scary. I'm going to need you to roll me a fear test. It's like in Call of Cthulhu. Sometimes you don't want to pass your observation tests.
Yep. Fear is just straight
mental.
At this point, unless we can get out, there's almost like nothing we can do, right?
Mental is both my scores.
What do you mean? No, it's
Logic.
Logic and empathy, I think. I'll look it up again. I looked it up last week, and yet I never remember.
Okay. I'm taking one off. Oh god.
I can tell you from experience, you can roll logic or empathy, and it's...
Yeah, you have to pick one.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes more sense. I'm picking logic then.
Yeah.
I've had to roll a lot of them.
It's because you keep doing dumb stuff.
Yeah.
2 6s.
2 6s. That is enough to not get a condition. Congratulations. It is, however, just all wrong. I know we're used to like Disney mermaids. This is not a Disney mermaid. When I say flowing hair, part of it is flowing hair. Part of it is like squirmy tentacles. And when I say fishtail, it's less like pretty beta goldfish fishtail. It's more sea serpent fishtail. Also lots of teeth. But she is smiling at Zacharias with far more teeth than she should have. Think the spiky ones that those lanternfish have, but then like in rows like a shark has. For some extra nightmare fuel. And yeah, she's just sitting there waiting. Astrid, you are at this point, I think, trying to pull Pace into your creepy ass vision.
Well, before that, when they were all distracted by Frederick, I wonder if I don't think I would have had enough time to do it. Yeah, I am.
Okay. Roll.
And I'd also like to remind you that Astrid is covered in blood.
Yes. So gross. So deeply, deeply unsanitary.
Yes.
Then again...
Holy shit!
I'm assuming this means lots of successes.
Sometimes my dice love me, and sometimes they give me 4 6s.
Wow. This is, like we said earlier, sometimes more successes isn't better.
No, I know that,
but
I
yes,
can take him down as well.
You basically mind melt with Pace. You pretty much wonder briefly what it must be like to be this dumb before you realize you now know what it feels like to be this dumb. And as you sort of drag his mind into the vision that you had, I was going to say so long ago, but it was literally like last month, you get dragged into memories that Pace has. So you get to endure what he went to as he grew up and how it felt being replaced by a better son that was dragged from the ocean that usurped your position. You are there when Zacharias murders your father and you decide to keep still and stay in line so you are not next. You see so many waitresses, sailors, drunks, just dredges of society that won't be missed, be sacrificed to a mermaid, completely alive. You listen to those people screaming over and over and over again, and you can pick a mental condition.
Angry.
Okay.
Because Astrid's pissed.
For now, though, Pace is watching a Time Life movie in your mind while you're living through, God, if I have to do the math, every new moon, roughly 120 murders.
By the way, what is everyone else seeing? Because I feel like some people who are his family members should be having to roll a fear test on whether or not they want to touch Astrid.
They see Bay sort of oddly staring off into the middle distance with a hand on you, while Astrid is screaming. Abela will swing the shotgun around in your general direction. It has no intention of touching you. And Pete decides to take the long way around the boat away from you, trying to drag. He'd retied Frederick, so he'd have gone back to Comric. The three of you would also mainly hear Astrid screaming while Pace is just there.
Is Pete pulling me off the ship?
He is going to try to.
Okay. I have 3 physical. Can I look around to see if maybe our gear and stuff are on this boat?
Yes, you can roll vigilance.
Uh, 1-6.
1-6. There is a hatch nearby that looks like it leads to one of those storage boxes. It's not quite properly secured, and you see Linnea's small gun laying in it. So you would assume the rest of your stuff was there as well.
As Pete's trying to pull me off, as soon as I get close to Abela, I would like to throw my force into both of them, knocking them just off balance, like I tripped, I guess.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that is just a force roll.
And that should be good since I have 3 physical conditions.
Oh yeah, no, the whole group's doing excellent at this point.
This is fun times. Great oldies.
We didn't list them before we started, but I believe Frederick is angry and battered. Astrid is battered, frightened, and angry. Linnea is angry and exhausted, and Comric is battered, exhausted, and wounded at this point.
One away from broken. As soon as I get that shotgun butt to the head.
Just roll real well. And maybe don't push things. Maybe.
Yeah, that's I trip on my own stuff because I got 0 successes. So
okay. Pete has 1. Abela. Oh my god, how does she have so many physique?
She's just a brick shithouse.
Sturdy old stock, I guess. Oh, I do roll really badly for her. Okay, Abela has no successes, so she'll be knocked off balance. And you tie with Pete, so he won't be able to retaliate right now, but he's still steady.
He'll be able to correct me.
Yeah.
Right.
He basically catches you.
But we still are gagged, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
So am I unable
Big Glad
to
is
move?
muffling Astrid screaming.
So being tied up, am I stuck? I can't even move, like hop around or anything. I'm just
At this point, you're still tied to part of the boat,
and
they sort of unhook you to drag you to the front of the boat and off the boat and onto the island. So you're still hooked, as is Astrid, because she fucked with someone who tried to touch her. Comric has been unhooked and dragged and full body checked Pete and Abela, and Linnea is also still hardly tied to the boat.
My intent was basically to gain the aggro of everyone else so that they're not paying attention to Astrid screaming with pace. Hopefully that works.
We partially did that so they would distract. So if you guys did something,
I like how you're trying to distract from each other.
I'm
I'm the distraction. No, I'm the distraction.
I close enough to kick anyone or anything?
You can either kick Astrid or Linnea. I'm sorry, I know it's frustrating, but Frederick is such a huge, imposing figure that has beaten so many people so far. They took very special care of you because they're like, if this fucker comes loose, we are dead. Like, Linnea is a little less tied up.
Wait.
They're obviously terrified of you.
If he can kick Astrid and Linnea, he should be able to kick Pete.
Other side of you.
Oh, okay.
Pace is Pace. Pete is with Comric.
Love this naming convention. So good.
I mean, Frederick's just gonna keep trying to get out of them ropes.
All right, force test.
Linnea's gonna start screaming.
Okay. Anything in particular, or just matching Astrid's tone and pitch?
Matching Astrid's tone and pitch.
Wonderful.
That's apparently what we're doing now. And I have no force with which to do a force test, so...
Just wiggle really hard.
I feel like I'm beating the odds on not getting 6s.
You have so many physical dice.
I know, but I'm getting like nothing.
You need like 3. 3 6s is it.
I got 0.
Oh my god. Maybe borrow Baker's dice.
I think all my dice have to go to dice jail.
Maybe try a digital dice roller. Maybe the digital RNG will smile upon you. Comric, you and Pete are like at a standoff while Abela has gone butt first over the railing. Because she rolled like trash. Is there anything you want to do to seize this opportunity? Linnea and Astrid are just screaming at this point. Which has set off Justina, who has joined in the screaming, because apparently that's what we're doing right now. And Zacharias and his mermaid buddy are just sort of... You know how you can just look at people and just sort of go, oh god. That is Zacharias right now.
Oh, he sees what's going on.
Yeah. It's very much a, oh look, the food is struggling.
Would you expect anything less, honestly?
Be sensible.
Right. Just go along with it. It's fine.
Just go along with it. Adrenaline makes the meat taste sour.
So I would like to try one more time to kind of just push Pete off.
Yeah. Okay. Force.
All right. Oh, gosh. Ooh. All right. 1 success.
Okay. Let me roll for Pete. Because we're contesting. That is terrible. That is terrible. I have 1 die left. You can do it, Pete. Oh, Pete can't do it this time. I didn't get higher than a 4.
Out of 4?
Where are we pushing? Where are we pushing him?
I want to just edge him off, maybe even with my shoulder, and I'm just to push him off the deck onto the ground below, since he was trying to pull me off.
Okay. Yeah, you can. As the we're half-assing combat rules. With enough successes, you can push your enemy into another zone. So you can push him far enough away for you that he goes out of the ship.
At that point, I kind of want to take like a running at or go towards Frederick to see if maybe together we can, if I can fumble around with his things, because I know that he's the strongest. If he can get loose, then he could probably loosen up everyone else's to get free.
So it's less of a run and more of a hop. But if you
for sure.
Yeah. Roll agility. See how you do on this boat. I will say, because like I mentioned earlier, they haven't chucked down an anchor or anything. The boat is entirely steady. It's not even like going up and down on the waves. The waves are just hitting the boat, and the boat is dead steady. Which is probably something you should be concerned about, but I don't think any of you have the time for that right now.
Ashley is busy keeping one person completely subdued by herself.
Absolutely. Hold person.
And adding to your
second
PTSD.
level. Got it.
Yes, but she's keeping him there.
He is not going anywhere.
Ooh, 2 successes.
2 successes. So you take a bunch of bruises from knocking into stuff, but you do make it over to Frederick.
And then I'm going to assist him with getting loose. Hopefully a third time. Third time's a charm, bucko. Let's go.
All right, Frederick, do you want to roll to break free with assistance from Comric?
Yes, please. Kitty. Stop.
If you said no, I was gonna walk away.
Literally just get up. Where'd Eva go? Wait.
We wouldn't even notice that the stream had ended until she was already away.
Right.
Also, I don't know what you're rolling, but if you didn't see chat, you do get to remove a condition because of chat's.
Hey.
Nice.
Hopefully
Thank you
that
so
was what
much.
chat was donating. It literally just said your name, so.
How dare you, Chet? I am trying to kill these people, and you are working against me.
I'm going to remove battered, if that is indeed what it is for.
Let's assume that
Get
is
that
what
adrenaline
it's for.
going.
Yes,
right,
yes.
Let's remove battered. Extra editing.
And go.
But it sounded like a lot of dice, though.
It 2 6s.
2 6s. I did already tell him the DC was 3.
I know.
Oh.
Would you, now that you are
I got
down
super
to
excited
2
for the roll.
conditions, like to push this roll?
Yes. So how do I do it?
Yeah, do it.
That's just a reroll, and if I
Yep.
don't.
No, you keep the 6s.
Oh, fun.
You do get a battered back.
Okay, so I remove 1.
Keep the 6s we already rolled?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a force roll wrong a couple of times.
When you pushed?
Right,
Oh,
that gives-
sweetie. Yeah.
that gave me 1 more 6.
I mean, you needed 3 6s, so that's enough.
There we go. Let's go, Freddy.
Frederick is free. We're not playing the theme song because we'll get DMC 8, but you all know what we're humming in our heads.
That would be a great time for a prank.
This would be a perfect time.
Okay, I'm just going to talk to Wilde now and not to Frederick. Have you learned nothing from Uncaged?
I'm not going to do a prank. I'm going to charge a baby.
That almost went through my nose.
Do you know how many characters nearly died because of Wilde's pranks in Uncaged?
Sure do.
Just about all of us every session.
Pretty much.
That was super bitter.
I remember mushrooms.
Yeah.
I remember a bag of rats
I
that nearly gutted the cleric.
I remember on session 1 eating a sandwich that literally sent a lightning bolt through the restaurant we were at.
Yep. That was owned by the parents of one of your party members. Yep, it went real well. Anyway, you're free.
Yes.
Comric is I'm not going to say Comric is next to you, still bound, still gagged.
Were you going to say on?
Noah's going to compare you to a Christmas turkey.
I'm going to try my best to unbound.
Fan fiction going on right now.
I mean, you're the artist. Like one of those pigs with an apple in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try to untie Comrie.
Okay. I mean, if you're going to like untie, I would say that is probably not like blunt force. Stealth.
I'm gonna be like I got something to say.
You could consider ungagging him as well, but that's entirely up to you. If you don't want to hear it.
I mean, to be fair.
Sorry.
Like, I look at him in the gag, and I just pat the side of his face while trying to untie him.
Oh my god, you are bad people. Has everyone ever told you that?
The literal worst.
At least he didn't punch me this time, right?
Right? Yeah, no, I mean, it's improvement. There's something about Frederick and
Slap me
Comric
with a dead
together on a
fish.
boat that is just...
Yeah.
Just 1-6.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
I'm reading chat about deep sea shibaris and I'm just... Look, you write it, I'll read it. Let's be honest here.
I know, right? Yeah. Same with fan fiction. Just so you know.
I'm sure Sword and Key is willing to be liberal in their domain properties when it comes to fan fiction.
Oh,
I hope
absolutely,
so.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally. So I got 1-6 on my attempt to unbind Comric.
Alright, so you get his hands loose, basically.
Well, your hands loose if you don't want to use the thing anymore.
Can I ungag myself?
You can ungag yourself. I will point out, though, in between all the screaming women, at this point, Pete and Abela got back up, obviously. And Abela is scrambling back up on the boat with a shotgun, should someone decide that is something they need to deal with.
I ungag myself. All of our stuff. Get our stuff. There should be a knife down there, at least in I kind of point out the little hatch.
Okay, so if I go down the hatch, will Abela and Pete be with me, or they're on the upper part?
So it was more of a hatch down into storage area, not going down into the entire lower section of the boat.
Oh, okay.
But it is closer to the front of the boat than you were, so you'd be getting closer to Abela and Pete while getting to that hatch.
Then I'm just gonna try and push Abela back off.
And I finally rolled enough 6s for pace to come out of this stupid vision.
Okay,
It took forever. You know how hard it is to roll against magic if your NPC is really dumb? Wow.
We enjoy people of all intelligence levels, by the way.
Yes. We're enjoying Pace's misery because he's also a very bad person who has killed at least 120 people. And we don't take pity on serial killers.
Complicit. Yes.
Yes. But put them in barrels and brought them here to be eaten by a mermaid. I think,
He's a bad guy.
he's not a good person. Did you just unmute yourself so we could hear you sneeze?
I was trying to mute myself before I sneezed and I didn't make it.
Thank you for sharing with the class.
I tried.
I think at this point we have enough people untied that we should probably start going into initiative order.
Sounds good.
It does. Sorry, the meows. Let me just try and scoot my desk chair to the side so I can grab my initiative cards without rolling over my dog's tail.
Oh.
And I'll pretend I don't hear you talk strategy.
So I'm still tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Right. Yeah.
If anyone in chat wants to donate extra dice or conditions, please do so. We need it.
I feel like.
We did get a pool of extra dice, which was very nice. Thank you.
Ooh.
Oh,
Chat.
thank you so much. Jeez.
Thank you.
Thank you for bailing us out of bad decisions.
I mean...
Repeatedly. Thank you.
Repeatedly!
Conditions.
So that's 3 total extra dice, however we want to split them up.
Oh.
I need this one. I don't need that one. I need I need this one. I don't need these ones.
I'm gonna say to the players not to pace.
Screw you, Pace.
Bela is the lovely old woman who just wants to do what's best for her family.
Uh-huh.
For the people who haven't seen these before, Vaesen works with initiative cards that gives you like your position in battle. They're just numbered 1 to 10. And then in addition to those numbered cards, you have cards that are for the Vaesen in play with adorable artwork.
Ooh.
And a blurb of what the monster does that I'm distinctly keeping far enough away from the camera so my players can't read it.
That is a long blurb.
That is huge.
This one has a shorter blurb that's going to be joining eventually. But yeah, the art on these is amazing. So if you're ever interested in getting like cards for your Vaesen game,
That's a sea serpent.
That is a sea serpent. We also have fairies.
Oh.
Lots of good stuff. I'm just saying the Free League Publishing Group has amazing stuff, and they're not sponsoring us, but they should be.
Real quick, Game
if they watched the show, they would not. They'd be like,
Look, if they just send me a copy of Tales from the Loop, we'll just make next season Tales from the Loop Vaesen edition. It's perfect.
Quick question, Anniek. Am I joining the initiative because I'm still tied up?
Yes, because you'll be trying to escape in your initiative order.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Okay. We're ignoring the sea dogs. Alright, so Bela gets this one, Pete gets this one, and Pace gets this one. And then I'll go starting in the top left corner of my screen. Linnea, you get a 5. Please write down your own numbers. Next up, Astrid gets an 8.
ooh.
Comric gets a 6.
Let's hopefully I get more 6s.
Your numbers have little crowns, by the way, in case you don't think that is adorable. And Frederick gets a 9.
9. Is that good or bad?
Bela has a 1. Pete has a 3. And Pace has a 7. Please be advised that there are combat maneuvers you can take that can force an enemy to swap their initiative cards with you, should any of you be so inclined. But for now, hang on, I put these on my keyboard, but I still need to be able to type. It's fine, I don't need a bigger desk. Or to wall mount my monitors or anything. Bela gets to go first.
I just am muted. No, I'm not muted. We just got a $20 tip. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
For me?
It's $20, I believe, and if they want to correct me if I'm wrong, at $25, that is a reroll to each of us. Because the comment was, "I have come from the deep to make you do the same," which is not dice specific.
No.
But thank you
But I
very
love it.
much. Yes, thank you very much. So please make a note of, yes,
Wow.
that going into this initiative.
Good timing. Bela's actually not that desperate for, like, shooting people right now. She just wants to check on Pace, her perfect dumb angel baby. So she is going to head towards him. She is absolutely not touching Astrid. I will point out that if you want to swap initiative amongst yourselves, you can do that at the start of a round. So if you're like, maybe Freddy should go first, you're like, you should say that now, or otherwise wait until everyone's had a turn. Because I think the last time we played Comet was about a year ago, so I'm just Slight
Actually, yeah.
refresher. Slight refresher.
So
I don't know.
Frederick, you do have the highest number though, right? So you would be going
Frederick is
first.
a 9. Lowest goes first. So currently it is
Oh,
I'm
Abela,
last.
Pete, Abela,
Got you.
Pete, Linnea, Comric, Pace, Astrid, Frederick.
Mm.
Last isn't bad either, though.
Sure.
I would swap with you. I have 6, so
Oh gosh.
Actually, Astrid would swap with you because all I'm gonna be doing is standing here. And
Yeah,
no
but
one's-
Astrid has an 8.
Anyone can swap with me and my 5 if they want.
yeah. Why don't we do that?
Like, Astrid would just move you up 1 turn. That's not...
Yeah, Frederick swapping with Linnea is probably the best.
So that puts me at a 9. Is that
Where were
right?
you at? Yes, I was at
Yes,
9.
so,
What was Linnea?
Linnea was at a 5.
5.
Can Linnea swap with Astrid? Because, well, it only moves her up. I feel like I'm going to be the least helpful in all of this right now.
We can swap. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
also tied up, but I am, I guess, looser. Tied
Yeah,
up.
no one's done anything to, like, get me out at all.
Yeah, we're also playing it a little easy because you're supposed to be able to talk to each other in character to swap rounds, but we're assuming that you have enough.
We've been through
I'm sure
it.
you could go, yeah, you can mime your way and grunt your way through this. Like, you're not unconscious.
Astrid and Linnea are just staring at each other.
Yeah.
Talk about fan fiction.
Can't communicate with hand signals, but eyes.
They're the window to the soul.
Oh,
Jesus.
please don't nauseate your DM when she's trying to kill you. Oh no, I see Chaz taking notes.
So
A lot of
Sandy.
things that end up in fan fiction somehow, even when I don't mean them to. All right. Any more swaps? Okay. Then we go back to Avela, who has moved to Pace and is doing a medicine check on her baby. Rolls like utter trash and has no idea what's wrong with him. I need to get that. Yeah, she's so bad.
Hey, quick question. Sorry.
Go
In
on.
witnessing those 120 murders or
Ish.
so,
Give or take.
did I watch Zachariah? Was the brother in there? Was I right? Did he kill the brother?
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
Okay. Do you want... Yeah, we'll leave it as like an after-party thing, because right now you don't have time to share this with anyone. But yes. You know. Ta-da-da. Pete. Is also climbing back on board to help subdue you. Moves to... Honestly, the way I set up this boat, probably Linnea. I feel really bad for doing this. He's going to try and knock you out so you're unconscious when he drags you off the boat because, God, you're just being so loud. That is 1, 2 successes. So you take blunt force to the head. I believe that gives you a physical condition.
That feels like a solid battered condition to me.
Yeah, it sounds about right. And you don't go like completely knocked out because we all know that that is not something you easily come back from. But there's this taste of blood in the back of your throat and your vision goes blurry enough that you cannot quite struggle as he starts moving you to the prow.
I will also stop screaming at this point.
Smart.
Yeah. Yep.
Frederick.
Yeah, Linnea just got attacked. I can't not do something about that. Right, so which one was it? Pete that's hit Linnea?
Yeah. Pete hit
Yeah.
Linnea and is dragging her.
Yeah, so Frederick is just gonna go and charge Pete.
Okay. So you're basically barreling through absolutely everyone, which is the Vaesen version of difficult terrain. There's not a lot of light, and there's a fair few people in the way. So I think I'm going to ask you to roll an agility test to see if you actually get there without someone like hip checking you or you tripping.
Right. I'm gonna use my extra. Agility, you said?
I did say agility. Like, unless you're willing to like step on Astrid and break her leg, in which case I'd let you roll force because then we're just going full on bull in a china shop. But that might have some negative drawbacks for your party.
Yeah. Bunch of 5s, but no 6s.
You tell me, how does this not quite work out for you?
I don't know, triple rested.
Trip over Astrid. I'll say you keep your footing. It's not like you go full flat-faced on the deck, but you don't reach Pete and Linnea. Bring us to Comric.
Well, I think at this point, Comric's gonna try to get out of his ropes with his hands free.
Okay. Are you wiggling your way out, or like tearing shit apart? What role are you using? Is what I'm asking.
I think it'd be more agility.
Okay. Roll agility.
God.
See, I'm really nice. I'm letting you pick your own roles. And
Yeah, I
everything.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
2 6s, and I know it needs 3, and
No
I can't
force
push.
needed 3.
Oh, force needed 3? Because like
agility needed fewer.
oh,
Especially since you already had some assistance from Frederick. He didn't finish the job before rushing off and stumbling on Astrid.
which is totally understandable. I get
Totally
that.
understand. Considering someone bludgeoned Linnea, you know. But yeah, you can get most of the ropes off. Like, you're not entirely ready to like go to a gala or anything. But
As long as my arms are free.
Mostly free.
I'm gonna scramble over towards the box and see what's in it.
Okay. You find Linnea's revolver, a dagger, your stuff. Oddly enough, they didn't keep the medkits. They probably went overboard. You do see a crystal ball. You don't see Astrid's herb pouch. Don't gesture that it's on you. You were thoroughly searched while you were out. And when I say thoroughly, I mean thoroughly. They had several hours with you out cold.
Ooh.
Reminds me. Trigger warnings.
Accurate. So I'm gonna tuck the dagger into the back of my pants. Grab the revolver. Basically just ready weapons at this point, and so I pulled out the sword and grabbed Linnea's revolver and my own, and that's about it for my turn.
I mean, that's that's a pretty good turn. I mean, if we're
yeah.
looking at it objectively, it's right. It's pretty good stuff.
Oh yeah.
People swapped. That was you. Pace's turn, who is basically trying to fend off the delicate ministrations of his mother with the age-old mom. Not now. Backs away from Astrid. Let me find his. It's so much fun when I have 4 different NPCs with, non-matching abilities. What is your logic? Fails his fear test. Will take a mental condition. Will also become angry because that seems to be the vibe tonight on this particular little island. We're all angry here. Definitely not touching Astrid again. Is going to head to the prow of the boat to get near Pete and Linnea and help get her feet over the edge and chuck her onto this miserable little island. Bringing us to Linnea herself. What a lovely name for yourself in Zoom, Eva. I'm appreciative of your realism.
I didn't know if anyone would catch that.
I don't miss much.
Thank you to the handsome merman who just gave Linnea a cure for her battered condition.
God damn it.
And
why does Chet like you so much? How am I supposed to finish this?
Well, and that's not going to go to waste because somebody just remembered that Frederick spent a lot of time this season going over hand-to-hand combat. And she actually has more force than she thought. So she is going to struggle. I believe Pete is the one carrying her.
Mm-hmm.
She would like to make it miserable for him. If she could what I want to do is unbalance him.
Okay.
If I could get us both to fall over into the boat, not out of the boat, I'm going to be very specific with my words.
He's currently, he has his feet on the island with you, under your arms, while Pace is, lifting your feet over. So you'd be, using ab exercises to V-shape yourself.
Yeah. Maybe knock us both onto the island, then. Because it seems like it'd be... Getting back into the boat is not... Yeah.
Okay. First.
Okay.
Okay.
So, that is not 1 dice.
Faith in you.
Anymore. Thank you. And that is...
I think that this might be the time I take dice away from you, though.
Is this what makes you happy?
No, what makes me happy comes later. This is your part of the deal for the garden, because I still get Freddie and Linnea for the garden.
I forgot we all had to... Yeah, okay. How many dice are you taking away? 2 dice.
Everybody loses 2, because you also had to get a gardener that you couldn't afford.
Okay. I would like to add my reroll back. And...
Please. Hang on, I have to get my dog comfy. She's also very upset by all of this.
Okay, and I'm not going to touch the dice pool just yet. So that's my reroll.
Yeah, maybe wait with the dice pool until we get to the part that made me happy.
Oh, God. Okay. That is 1 success.
1 success. Great. It's contested against Pete.
I'm sure it is.
Who gets 1 success, so you're even.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then we'll see if maybe you can yank Pace out of the boat. That is 1 success, 2 success, 2 successes. So basically, you flail without any noticeable result.
Do I loosen my bonds anymore?
If anything, they get tighter.
Ugh. Can I push my roll?
Yes.
Okay, I keep my 1 success, right?
You do?
No.
Which condition are you taking to push?
I'm gonna take wounded.
Okay. Yeah, make that face, Frederick. It's your employer over there. Astrid.
Yes.
Your turn.
I guess Astrid is going to try and use stealth
Okay.
to get out of her bonds. Stealthfully.
Very good.
That is 2 6s.
2 6s. You managed to loosen your bonds considerably.
Without anyone noticing?
Without anyone noticing. Like they're beyond busy at this point. I will point out to Linnea, who's doing what? Comric and Frederick, that the eyes of Abela and Pete and Pace have a rather disturbing black sheen to them. Like it's all pupil
Can I
at this point.
ask a question?
You may.
Can I specify which part of my bonds?
Sure.
Can it be my gag?
Sure.
Alright. Is talking a free action?
Yes.
Okay. In preparation for my next thing, I'm gonna look at Abela and go, how do you feel? And in a very dramatic voice, but I'm not going to shout into my microphone. How do you feel about
those of us with headphones appreciate this?
Yes, about the fact that Zachariah killed your son? That he's going to do the same to your other 2 sons when he finds them no longer useful. How are you going to feel having to watch Pete and Pace, and then I'm going to insert exactly what Zachariah did that I saw in my vision? And on my next turn, I want to roll to manipulate her.
Okay. I am going to offer you a learning test instead.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that.
To roll now.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Alright, so logic 3 plus 2 plus 2. Okay. Minus 2 for those. So I get to roll my same amount of dice. I have advantage in learning. So
I know.
while I lose 2 dice, I get to just roll my regular amount. Count the dice. I have 6 in my hand. Okay, I need 5. Come on, dice. Come on. You love me. You know you do. You do love me.
Two?
2.
Okay. As you're starting this speech and you go into like tugging on her mother's heartstrings, you know, he's killing your kids. Those black eyes tell you entitled. You've read enough. You've read enough horror stories. You've read enough children's books. There is no reasoning with them right now because it is not a Bela. Like, it's a Bela's body, but whatever is in her mind is not currently her.
Astrid is very frustrated. Baker absolutely loves this because it's why she plays with you.
I have contingencies. So, you'll notice that not in initiative are Zacharias and the mermaid. They are still off a little bit away. Again, with the face that a cat makes when it's watching a mouse try to claw its way up a wall. But at this point, as Astrid starts this attempt at manipulation, he'll get up. He's soaked. His clothes are completely wet. He doesn't seem to care or mind. But he's just holding up his hands going, can't we all just settle down? You don't know what you're doing. Yes, there are certain sacrifices that are made, but it is a small price to pay for the riches that we receive in return. The herring that continues to come to these islands. I mean, if you deny the sea its sacrifices and break this covenant, you doom this whole area. All these people will be once again thrown into poverty and starvation. There will be even more deaths. I am begging you to be sensible. And that's where we're going to take our break.
We'll see.
I literally just
soon.
text that in chat. Yeah. It's like break after monologue? Question mark? Anniek, get out of my head.
We'll see.
You get out of mine. It's very crowded in here already.
We'll see you in a few. Stretch, hydrate, pet the pets, take a deep breath, and we'll see what happens soon.
1.5 more hours, guys. Hi, and welcome back to what I have to deal with today. People have grabbed support, stuffed animals. I'm gonna leave it there. Some of us have started day or night drinking. Wilde is covered in cats, but that's not particularly unusual. And even Eva has a support kitten. So we are ready to get back into this game. Just before the break, Zacharias made some excellent points to our players, asking them to just stop being so freaking rude and accept that what he is doing is what is best for the economic survival of this area.
I'm still gagged. I don't have a rejoinder to that.
No, you've been chucked on the ground. You're face to face with Justina at this point.
I'll just make a little commiserating face.
She's like wild-eyed.
Yeah, that's valid. Do not
Astrid
eat my...
just asked him to kill himself in place of any of us.
What did you say? You're further away from the microphone and there's a stuffed animal between you and it.
Astrid will say, well, then why don't you feed yourself to the mermaid, asshole?
Whoa. We are going to work through diplomacy. You are right, Zacharias. You are trying to do what you see is best for your people, but you could have just literally asked. This is not necessary. You took the first strike in poisoning us. So I'm going to let my people free, and then let's talk about this, because I don't want any unnecessary bloodshed if it isn't necessary.
I mean, I thought we were going to have a pleasant dinner where we could talk about things. We also were that went, so we figured we'd bring you here. We have Justina as, well, already used the word previously, the sacrifice. And we figured we could show you the mermaid, so you would understand what we are doing here and see that we are not making this up, that this is a real thing, because lots of people wouldn't just believe that a mermaid is actually real. And you would see reason. And
I would prefer to talk about this process rather than going through what it is that we're doing right now. Is that okay with you?
You're suggesting we untie and ungag you and then...
Correct. We are just here to talk. There's no need for all this fighting in any type of way.
Roll... I'm gonna assume manipulation.
Okay.
Unless you're not lying, but I'm pretty sure you're lying. just throwing it out there.
Okay. I get lots of die on this one. Can you hear that?
I can
the
hear
clickety clicks. Don't deceive me, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
I'm still rolling because I get to observe against you.
That was with my +2.
I have one more die and I'm on 4 successes. So whatever I roll on this pretty little glass die is quite important.
This is the way the story goes. Of course.
The story goes. That's a 3. So we're even on successes. How about ungagged? Yes. Unbound? Sure.
I would like to push.
I'll push right back.
All right.
Which condition are you taking?
Well, I have 7 successes total.
You take a condition as soon as you push.
Yeah, so I will take angry.
Angry. Zacharias will as well, because again, apparently that's just the vibe on this island. You get up to 7, I get up to 6. He's still in a bargaining kind of mood, so he'll ungagged, unbound. I don't think you need revolvers to talk. So why would we put those back in the boat?
By all means. And I put both revolvers back in. And I'll take my saber and stab it into the hole. And
okay.
Like I said, we're only here to talk, with my hands up, making a gesture of peace.
Abela has pulled Peter and Pace back that way, like towards Zacharias, and the mermaid, who is looking a little aggravated, like she's just here for like collecting a sacrifice, and suddenly there's a thing. They'll leave you to untie yourselves. They're not coming over to help you with anything.
Linnea will thank whoever ungags her.
Okay.
Manners.
Very important.
I think Frederick would try to untie Linnea.
Thank you.
Linnea's bleeding from a head wound at this point.
Mm-hmm. Can I like rip a part of my shirt and try and make her a bandage?
Chat would appreciate that, yes.
Yes. Shirtless.
So
Shirtless
the shirt
Frederick
sort of goes,
for the
and
win.
then in strips, or like pulling a strip from the bottom. It's important that the people drawing fan art know.
From the bottom, so it looks like Freddy has like a button-up crop top.
Oh, you have a little crop top. Oh yes,
I
All right.
love this idea.
Freddy goes crop top.
As soon
Just
as
massive, thick abs.
You know he has an 8-pack.
Yeah, of course.
As soon as Astrid's untied, she's going to go dig through the stuff and see if she can find her herb pouch and use comfrey on Linnea's head.
You do not find your herb pouch.
Ash is going to ask where her herb pouch is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was just fancy tea. We chucked it overboard.
Oh.
Oops.
Linnea will,
I guess.
work on untying Justina.
Your bally thing is in there. Seems very attached to that. Kept your weapons. Oh, we distributed your medicine kits in town. Lots of wounded sailors. Got very, very popular very quickly again.
Comrade
Bandages.
is now no longer angry. Thank you, Sammy.
Oh, thank you, Sammy. Gosh.
We kept the lady's flask. We kept... I don't know why I needed someone's magnifying glass. It's in there somewhere.
My potpourri.
Chuck the potpourri along with the tea.
Threw away medicine.
A kind of weird looking compass. Like too ornate to be any good. It's in there somewhere as well. We already have our own.
My astrolabe.
Oh,
Sure. Yeah, you can call it that. Someone's diary? Little waterlogged, but it's in there. Dear diary, today with this. Yes, you are ready to listen to reason?
All right. Well, let's. We might as well talk about on shore, right? There's no reason
Please.
for us to be.
By all means. They gesture you onto this rocky island. Everyone can roll investigation if you want.
Not my specialty.
it's mine.
Do they let me get close to who's the other girl? What's her name?
Justina? Linnea already untied her.
Ooh.
So Justina is with us, not with them.
Yes.
Okay.
0.
3 successes.
4 successes, 3 successes.
My
Wow.
dice don't even add up to 6.
It's the only thing I'm good at.
Everyone has
And I
their
can ignore
strengths
my
and
conditions.
weaknesses.
Right.
Strength singular.
I don't
got
know why I
one- I
said
got
that
one
like
success out of
Comric.
2 dice.
Right.
Oh,
Sorry.
statistically not bad.
Yeah.
So the main thing you notice, in addition to that boat being eerily still, you've spent a bunch of time on Wrecker's Isle. You were on that cute little village in the archipelago before you sailed out to Wrecker's Isle. You did some minor beach adventures while you're looking in tide pools and looking for crabs and stuff. Those were all pretty regular looking areas for as far as cliffy beaches and stony shores go. This island is made of a type of stone that you have never seen before. It's the wrong color, it's the wrong texture, it's just off. It's just, you don't know what the hell it is, but it's not right.
Is it... I'm guessing it's not like coral. Is it like bone?
I mean, are you stopping to take some scrapings?
I mean, I've been laying on it.
Fair enough. You did have some. I thought you were just making Google eyes at Justina.
I was trying to be supportive, and I can fondle the ground at the same time.
I thought you were having a prolonged eye contact with Justina, in a supportive manner, obviously.
In front of my Astrid?
I mean, I wouldn't judge. Maybe Astrid would. Justina's a very cute waitress in a chicken outfit. Who knows? I'm just saying.
That chicken outfit probably doesn't look great at this point. Oh,
God, no. There isn't much left of it either. Which might be something that you would be into. Who knows? It's role learning at this point.
I can do that. Well, not 9 times.
You can do that real good.
I can do it at 1 success.
1 success? I mean, coral, bone, the outer shell of a barnacle, something along those lines.
Cool.
Love this for you.
Are there holes in it? Like, is it smoother? Like, it looks like rock, right?
Yes.
Okay, so...
It's pretty small for an island.
Right, it's just like a rocky...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if Astrid was down there looking at your head, she'd probably help you.
There's nothing else along the shore, like other wreckages or anything like that?
No. Which, considering the amount of people that were killed here is impressive, but apparently they either clean up really well, or maybe the mermaid just also eats the bones. I don't know. Yeah. Zacharias is gesturing at Combrick, and he's just going, I mean, you've been in places like this before. I'm sure you've seen people destitute. The only reason that the people that live here now can live the way they do is because we bring the herring.
So, tell me, sir, like, how does this work? Obviously, there's a human sacrifice.
Correct. We sacrifice her to this mermaid who controls the herring schools, and she makes sure the herring returns here season after season.
Do I recognize this mermaid particularly?
It is not your mermaid.
Well, damn. Okay. That would have been a
that
coincidence that I might have liked. Yeah.
Yeah.
The worst bond if it was.
So how does this specific sacrifice work? Do you give a live sacrifice to the person? To the mermaid?
Yes. As your friend started shouting earlier, fortunately my control is quite good. Should the sacrifice meet with an unfortunate end before the ritual or the sacrifice or the handoff is complete, we need a different life sacrifice, which is why at one point when a priest died at an unfortunate time, I was forced to sacrifice one of my brothers. He was already mortally wounded after the fight with the priest. He fortunately lived long enough for me to be able to hand him over. That way, at least his death had some meaning.
So how did this ritual begin? Obviously, this had to start with somewhere and somewhere. So how did it begin?
Oh, you mean when the first sacrifice happened?
Correct.
This is where we get a little bit personal. I'd like you to meet my mother. And he once again gestures at the mermaid.
Understandable. So you are the child of the sea, and this is your mother.
Correct.
Well, here's my proposition.
Please.
Miss Linnea there comes from a very wealthy family, and Mr. Frederick right there is her caretaker. Miss Linnea has a whole life ahead of her.
Caretaker would suggest she's poorly, and even though she's currently bleeding from her head, I wouldn't call her anything other than competent.
Absolutely. So, Miss Linnea and Mr. Frederick come from a very wealthy, established family in Uppsala, and you should probably take that into consideration here, right? If there was one way to barter more wealth, it's to align yourself with families of wealth and prestige. This is not something that, I don't know, could be rectified if you maybe harmed the daughter of a wealthy established house, right? So they are obviously off the table. And I will put myself on the table to make sure that that does not happen.
You are offering yourself as a sacrifice.
Yes, the young lady that you brought is well, I imagine innocent and young and has a whole life full of
as soon as you say innocent, pretty much everyone starts snickering.
The thing
sure,
is,
she's young. I wouldn't call her innocent.
The main thing is this world is full of monsters. Monsters who will not show themselves. Monsters that cause trouble. Monsters that abduct children and devour dreams and suck blood. Monsters who also tell lies. The lying monsters are the real nuisance here. They are the ones that are cunning, way more cunning than other monsters. They pose as humans, even though they have no understanding of the human heart. They eat, even though they never really truly experience hunger. They study, even though they have no interest in academics. And they seek friendship, even though they don't know how to love. If I were to ever encounter such a monster, I would likely be eaten by it. Because in truth, I am that monster. I have not lived a good life. And I've been here and I've run from every single thing that has ever brought pain to my life. But here I am, and I will give myself for the ones around me because they are not here. This should not be their end.
A wonderful speech indeed. In fact, I think our first willing sacrifice. How very interesting.
All I ask is you don't hurt anybody here. and you take them both, all of them, back to shore so that they can leave here.
Now, I could see us leaving your party members. They seem, well, 2 of them seem sensible, and the third seems crazy enough not to be believed. But you understand that if we release Justina, she goes running back to that priest, which summoned you, and this whole thing just starts over again. So we'll let Miss Lindbergh go, assuming no one believes her anyway, or she'll get burned as a witch before anyone gets anywhere with her. And then we'll let Miss Linnea and her manservant go as well. And you and Justina can stay right here.
Justina can come with us. Further
Justina
than
has,
Falbaka.
even if she would promise to be silent, that wannabe boyfriend of hers is just going to continue sniffing around. She is, as they say, too much of a liability. There's a reason we chose her for tonight.
What do you think will happen if she disappears? What do you think he's going to do if she disappears?
Well, he just tried to burn down my inn, so I don't foresee him living much longer, but I need him to continue looking for Justina here before we kill him, so he doesn't have time to go back to the mainland and get another party such as yourself to make my life difficult again.
That's fair.
I think we can all agree that this is not necessarily an experience we should be repeating.
Correct. I would ask you to introduce me to your mother. Your real mother.
Gladly. He will step aside. And she doesn't, not to be horrible about you as a group. There was a fair amount of failed learning tests this season, but at this point you realize that she probably can't properly speak because her mouth is mainly teeth. What she can do, however, is sing. And she starts to sing. And especially Astrid recognizes this as very natural, ancient magic. And she is going to charm Comric. Now, if you want to resist, you can. If you want to fail, you can. That is up to you. If you want to try and resist, you get to roll.
I would like to resist.
Okay.
But not seem resisted.
You want to hide that you're resisting.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, you can start with stealth.
Precision.
And I need to lean away for a second because I need more dice.
Oh, fuck. Really wish it was deception, but here we go.
Would your ring help you resist from another mermaid?
Conrad,
I'm gonna use my
we have a
reroll.
pool of dice.
My
Yeah,
reroll?
you're pulling from the pool?
Also,
Yeah.
don't forget to. We have a pool of dice.
Oh, right. Yeah, why not? This might be it right here for me. I'll use a reroll and an extra die. Thank you so much, chat.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, chat.
Summon the powers of your ring if you can.
Yeah. I would like to utilize my mermaid marriage ring.
We're going full Captain Planet. Heart. What?
Yes. Water heart. Yes.
Hang on.
Indeed.
That should be worth it.
Oh, that was nice. That actually really, really helped. Ooh-wee.
Don't forget to mark them off the pool. You're not.
Yes, please.
Chat can't save you forever, is what I'm saying. Okay, they should be in entrance. Okay, and that's your stealth?
That's my stealth 4.
Okay. You appear completely entranced.
Ooh.
Now let's find out if you are. Against a mermaid's charm, you roll observation. I roll magic. I will tell you honestly, a mermaid has 10 magic dice.
She has lost 4 dice. Thank you, chat.
Wait, what? What?
Right?
One of the donation
6
tips
dice.
is to add or remove dice, and it doesn't specify.
Oh, so you're using them now? Okay.
One in here that says remove 4 dice from the mermaid lady.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. This is so much pressure.
I mean, I still have 6 dice left. It's not nothing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
3.
3.
3.
Wow.
I will push for my mermaid because I also have 3. Bringing me to 4.
Okay, well, I guess I'm pushing. Whew.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
There are still dice in the pool, Michael.
Yeah, in your pool. I get nothing.
I have 5. That is all of my dice.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Congratulations, you are not enslaved. She's gesturing you to walk towards her. I will point out, let me roll by the way. Justina failed terribly and is walking towards the mermaid as well.
What is Zacharias doing?
Standing to the side. Okay, I'm going to try and describe this setup. Zacharias and the mermaid are partly in the water, at like the edge of this rocky beach, and then you have Abela, Pete, and Pace sort of off to the side, kind of ready to jump in. Abela still has the shotgun, and then you are sort of clustered together as a group. So Justina has to walk past Abela, Pete, and Pace to get to the mermaid.
And I would have to do the same and
Correct.
walk past Zacharias to get to the mermaid.
No, he's a little bit more off to the side. She's a little deeper than he is, and he's a
Right.
little more to her left.
I'm gonna try and hold Justina back.
So there's no one between us and the boat?
Correct. The eerily still boat that hasn't moved since you arrived on this island, not even to sway in the waves, is right there for you if you want to try anything.
The boat is where Comric dropped Linnea's revolver?
Correct. And 2 of his, and where his saber is stuck in the hull. All facts.
I'm gonna...
Frederick is trying to hold Justina back.
Yep.
Are you being particularly aggressive?
I was kind of like either impeding her way and then, trying to stop her from getting further.
Should we call this a grapple?
Yeah, like if I have to, I'll...
Okay.
latch on.
Roll force. It's so much fun. I've played other Vaesen games where everyone was like a squishy, and I've never used force before, but Frederick is just all body all the time. It's so much fun.
Yes. He is all body.
Justina's very squishy. She only has 1 6, so she sort of faintly struggles, but it doesn't really help her. Sorry, not entirely healthy yet. Alright, so you're sort of pulling on Justina. You've grabbed her by like the upper arm. Comric.
I'm gonna slowly walk past Abela and Pace and Pete, and as he gets to Zacharias, he is going to pull out his dagger that he stuck in the back of his pants, and he's going to slit his throat.
Okay. Roll close combat.
I'm gonna need one of those die, if you will. How much do we have? I don't want to be
There's two
greedy.
left. I feel like this is absolute. I'm marking it in Zoom chat.
This is up to the group. I don't want to take it. I don't want to take.
Take them both.
Take
my
them all?
reroll.
Both, yeah.
Both?
Take them both
You're doing
and
shit.
take my reroll.
Oh
Take
my god,
my
you guys!
reroll.
No, you got. Oh.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, what are you gonna argue with?
Your entire group? Not likely.
Yeah, no. You're accurate. You're accurate. Five sixes.
Oh, thank God. It's like it's either going to be really good or really bad.
5 6s. I mean, by all means, because I rolled zilch.
Oh my
Describe to
god.
me how
Comric
you
has 4 dice.
brutally slaughter.
4 die?
4 dice
Total
have just been
added.
donated to Comric.
You guys, like,
Tell me how you kill Zacharias.
kill?
Kill.
And Linnea wants to run for the boat while this is happening.
We will deal with that.
Oh
in a
yeah.
second. First, tell me how Zacharias goes down. You have a thing for killing NPCs, don't you?
This only happens once a season, but when it does.
But when it does.
But when it does, oh my gosh. As he's walking past entranced, his limp arms, the one away from Zacharias, will reach back behind, grabbing the dagger slowly, kind of fiddling with it a little bit, almost dropping it. He makes a quick move to grab Zacharias's tunic, his shirt, and pull it towards him at the neck, sliding it through. And when he does slide it through his jugular and to the other side, when it pops out, as blood squirts out, this is for everyone that you have taken away unjustly for your wealth. I want you to look in my eyes as I take your life. And then he's going to fling the blade out, letting blood hit the water. And he just kisses him on the forehead as he pushes him into the water. Turning around, facing the mermaid, he's going to put both arms out.
Okay. And we're going to pause there with your arms out to the mermaid because Linnea is running for the boat. If people are wondering why Zacharias is already dead, with the amount of successes Comric has and the amount of successes Zacharias had, he went from fine to broken in one move. So well done. Linnea, you're running for the boat.
Yeah.
Tell me how you dodge a shotgun blast.
Carefully.
Sure. Roll agility.
Oh god. Oh god. I can't. So do I trip?
Oh no!
Knocked down by the
run-
blast.
You run in a perfect straight line, which allows Bela to take aim properly.
Wait, do I get any sort of bonus because she was distracted with her son being...
She hasn't even clocked that yet.
He's a reroll.
Her focus was on the group.
Is that a reroll? Oh, I can push that. I have no dice to push it with. I was like, wait. I can math.
I don't know if there's anything left in your pool. I don't know if Baker's Bits will do anything to save you.
I'm trying to remember.
Technically, I was given 4 die, so I can give those 2 die back because that was way more than what I
but you
had rolled with.
them. No,
Yeah,
but
I
you
did.
rolled them.
Oh, come here. Oh.
Emotional support cat.
Emotional support cat.
Mm-hmm. Scrape anything together?
So even though I waited until he was sliced across the
Jumping
neck...
for her? Yep.
Okay.
She still has those dark eyes.
Yeah.
Because it may not have been Zacharias who was in charge.
Did donate.
It was the mermaid, wasn't it?
It was the mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mermaid's pretty pissed her son's dead as well.
I mean, that's fair.
But letting you get shot seems like a fair compensation. To start with.
No, so Baker's donation... That would be 2 dice. Can I use those?
I mean, it's your channel. Put it in the tip jar and make it happen.
Oh god.
I have 2 successes, so you're currently looking at 2 physical conditions.
I sure am, and I only have 1 success.
Okay.
So Linnea is broken.
If you have 1 success, you go down to taking 1 condition.
Oh, thank God, she's not broken.
So you're
just...
you're very close to broken. As
She's...
you're running for this boat, the rest just hears this gun blast, and you are hit pretty much entirely between the shoulder blades. There's some, like when you breathe, there's sort of a gurgling sound, and there's a little bit of pink foam bubbling up around your mouth.
That's fine. I am grateful it could have been worse.
Ashton's going to scream and run towards Linnea.
Okay. Comric, you are arms wide in front of this mermaid who stops her song and instead makes this unearthly scream, usually meant to carry underwater, but in air it sounds like her teeth on a chalkboard. And rather than rush you, what you were expecting to happen, she dives backwards into the water. You see the eyes of Abela, Pete, and Pace go clear back to their human eyes. And at the same time, the island starts to quake. And as it quakes and quakes, it starts to rise and rise and rise. A little faster than you're comfortable with. And I did an agility test from everyone. And I will tell you now, if you fail, you suffer a physical condition. So bear this in mind when you decide who gets extra dice and who doesn't.
Oh.
I got 1 6.
What's the roll? Sorry.
Agility.
Ooh. Who needs extra dice?
I don't know who needs extra dice. You have a pool. You can freely talk in and out of character. But I'm telling you, this island is coming up.
Comric, you have 2 dice from Sammy. And I have one that I can roll now. Thank you.
OMG.
I got 1 success.
Okay.
Oh. I got 1 success.
Okay.
I'm trying to roll 0 dice, which is not working.
Oh
Weird.
my gosh.
So I have a reroll. Can I use my reroll? I'm gonna use my reroll.
I don't know how much you have left.
Like we only got 1 reroll, so I know it.
I don't think you used your reroll yet.
I'm gonna reroll this.
I don't
Okay.
think
I
Frederick
gave
did.
mine to Comric.
Yeah.
There we go. 1 success.
Okay. So everyone has at least 1 success? I'm still waiting on Linnea, I think.
I'm just mathing because I think Sammy actually donated twice as much as the rolls he specified. So,
Nice.
yes.
Also, Baker, yes, this is where the Make Anniek Happy went. Because as this island continues to come up and up and up out of the ocean, you realize that what Linnea looked at before, those barnacles and those bits of coral and maybe bits of bone, it was the back of a giant kraken's head. This is only the head.
Oh no.
And
Happy
as
birthday.
thank you. As the tentacles also come up from the surface and start slapping and writhing around this island, the immensity of this creature, the mere existence of this creature, is enough to make you all roll a fear test.
Oh.
One of these tentacles is larger than the boat that brought you here. The tip of it.
Love that. I did
There's a
get-
picture in Discord.
That art is
Should
so
people be
amazing.
interested?
Ooh, I get +2 to a fear test because Linnea's here.
Aw.
I get +1 for brave.
Yeah, face
how do-
this.
How do we roll for fear again?
It's-
Logic or empathy.
Whichever one's higher. Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
I get 1 extra because I have.
I'm getting Horizon's Call vibes right now. Right? Am I wrong?
I don't watch Horizon's Call. You don't go on until
It's
I'm
fine.
asleep.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Linnea,
Oh,
on her
3
reroll, got
successes.
1 success on agility and 2 on fear.
Okay.
+2 didn't help.
Oh no. You sound very sad.
No successes.
No successes. Wonderful. You fail your fear test. So
no.
you... Hang on. I'm also trying to put the Kraken picture in the Roll20 because I just remembered we can show that on the stream, even though I didn't warn Eva, so she has to do like extra work, and I'm a really bad DM, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
You didn't want to give away the surprise.
I
Should've
didn't.
known.
If I was going to go, we're going to need to show art at the end. She would have known it was up to even more shit than I was already up to, and I didn't want to.
Which is funny because you did give me mermaid art that I don't think have shown yet.
There's also amazing mermaid art, but at this point, we're going for the Kraken art because fucking Kraken.
Fucking Kraken.
I will put you on the Kraken page. There you go. Kraken and Roll20.
Okay,
Ooh.
I am going
Such
to...
good art.
Oh gosh.
So pretty. I love him.
A whole island.
Frederick,
Yeah.
you are terrified. You can choose if you flee, freeze, faint, or attempt to attack the nearest creature. You lose the ability to make strategic choices, so...
Like creature as in even a person?
Yeah. Person or creature. With whatever weapon you are currently holding, which in your case is your fist, but that's pretty good in your case.
Can I attack the Leviathan with my fists?
You can punch the Kraken, certainly.
That is
The
such an
Kraken.
on-brand.
Yeah.
It is, right?
I will do that.
Fucking tracks.
I will punch sand.
Okay. Roll to attack.
Oh god. I'm guessing
I
that's,
think the Kraken's pretty cute as well, by the way.
I'm guessing that's
So the
Christmas.
Kraken was the
very-
other initiative card I wasn't using yet. With this little blurb.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually got a 6.
Congratulations! It does absolutely nothing.
I have
You
pugil-
may have
I have pugilist.
accidentally
It does
you
one
may have
extra.
accidentally scratched an itch it was having.
I have pugilist. It does 1 extra damage of whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's sort of going. Oh yeah, right there. These tentacles are bigger than tree trunks. They're thicker than masts. And did anyone else horribly fail their fear test, by the way? DC was 2. Good. Astrid was good. Beautiful.
Wow.
These tentacles, now that they're up from underneath the surface, are churning the sea into this maelstrom. A little bit like the background that Eva and I have, but a little wilder. Your boat remains unscathed. It's currently your boat. Shockingly, Abela failed her agility test with her 2 die, and Pete and Pace are currently swimming to help her. The boat remains in place, and now that the mermaid is no longer in full control of this area because she is pissed with capital letters, has once again started actually moving. But you are all in the water, so you're going to have to either swim to the boat and climb aboard, or do something incredibly impressive like learn how to fly. Yes, Baker.
Oh, we're not on the Kraken anymore.
Oh no, the agility test was because you got flung off as it was rising into the air, and it was to see how you caught yourself against the water's surface. Whether or not that broke a bone because you went belly flop or because you landed kind of okay.
Okay, I was gonna say if we were on it, Astrid's gonna try and do something that will be pointless, but try. Never mind.
You are in the water. If you don't start swimming, you're still going to have to start making agility tests to not drown in the waves. So those are all valid options. You can just sink beneath the waves and give up if that's what you want to do. But there is a boat that might be your salvation. See also, technically survivable.
Astrid's going to grab onto Linnea to make sure she doesn't sink with her injury.
Thank you.
And try and move them towards the boat.
Alright.
Linnea is going to probably cough up some seawater, which I will not do on stream. You're welcome.
Yep.
Is Comric anywhere in the general vicinity?
I mean, you all got flung out in roughly the same area, but with the way this ocean is churning wildly, in the vicinity is a very difficult concept.
Okay.
Like, you can see him, but reaching him is something entirely different.
No, I'm not in no position to reach him or try to reach him. I'm going to, between waves and paddling and coughing up water, just try and shout over, "Wife help?" Maybe? I don't think I'm getting many sentences out, so we're just going with wife help.
Yeah. Part of that sentence is just coughing.
Yeah. I'm also trying not to make things harder for Astrid.
Astrid, you can roll an agility test, and you can drop at least 2 die because you're dragging another person.
So I have no dice.
Oh, that's not a lot.
There's one
You
in the
always
pool.
roll. You always roll a minimum of 1
Oh,
if I ask you to roll anything. But as someone who I actually got my certificate in rescue swimming. I don't know if that's the proper English term. It's pretty hard to actually pull someone along in big ocean waves. It's awful.
given the time that Astrid has spent in the water,
Drowning.
drowning, yes. But she did figure out that it was easier to swim in choppy waves on your back.
Yes.
So she is going to flip herself and Linnea over to try and go towards the boat.
And Linnea will not fight her and do everything to assist
I'll
as possible.
I'll say that is what gives you the 1 die, and I will be nice and not remove any for your severe water-related PTSD.
Well, thank you. Because I'm still down to 1 dice.
Mm-hmm. I know. You had a hard time this season with water in your lungs.
And my dice continue to love me when it matters most.
Honestly, at this point, I think your dice just love Linnea and you're along for the ride.
Yeah,
Right.
that's actually probably...
Your dice are like, yeah, we ship this.
Funny enough, my 1 dice was my bisexual dice.
There you go. Even your dice are allies. Wonderful. I will say 1 agility test gets you partway there and avoids more water being swallowed. Frederick and or Comric, you are also waterlogged.
Yeah, I'm still punching the Kraken.
You swam back to the Kraken and you're still punching it.
Maybe not. What happened to that boat that's not moving?
It's currently moving with the waves again. Like I said, it's basically been released at the same time Abela, Pete, and Pace were. The mermaid just sort of was so incredibly angry she lost control of everything and everyone she was controlling, including the Kraken. Which is why currently everything is wildly going to shit.
I'm gonna try and get the boat and bring it to us.
Alright, first you have to swim to the boat, which is an agility test.
Agility.
Where's Justina?
1-6.
Justina's in the water. 1-6 is enough to get partway to the boat.
Okay.
Comric, did you already do anything? Because we're sort of in a turn order, but not quite.
I didn't. Comric is gonna try to reach out through his ring and see if
one of your
mermaid mommy wants to give me some help.
Is that the message you sent, mermaid mommy?
Help me.
Wow. We do have someone who's making GIFs for this particular episode, right? Because I need that as a GIF. Sorry.
Does that comply with our TSA?
I mean,
I will record that again.
I'm pretty sure Sword and Key are pro monster fucking, so I think we should be good.
Yes. Oh yes. Mommy help. Mommy. Sorry, mommy. Sorry, mommy. Mommy.
Beautiful. There is.
This is where everybody's like, "We're out. Bye."
We're out. This was enough. No more donations. No more bits. Everyone's like, we gave him how many dice for what? Let me unblur my camera. I will say you do. You don't get the feeling that maybe she necessarily listens to mommy, but you actively seeking out the bonds through the ring does give a certain recognition. In this turn, the Kraken is going to slap some people with the tentacle. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to randomly decide who it's going to aim for. It is, in fact, aiming for Frederick. And I did roll randomly. It's not mad because you punched in the barnacles that one time. And once again, I'm going to be honest with you. I am, just in case people want to donate for whatever reason, the Kraken attacks with its might stat, and it has 14 might.
1-4.
Oh, hello. That is not a good roll, but it is still 3 6s.
Great. What do I roll?
You can try and dodge as a fast action, and I'm pretty sure that's agility again. So you're trying to avoid a tree trunk-sized tentacle that is coming for your face, sucker first.
Right. Thank you for the extra dice, Annie.
So you're trying to dodge 3 damage, which is 3 conditions.
3 conditions. Oh, that would take me out.
Correct.
2 6s.
2 6s, so you're down to taking 1 condition.
Wounded. That sounds like a good one.
Wounded sounds about right at this point. Okay. That sort of finishes a turn. Do people want to continue swimming for the boat? Agility check for everyone swimming for the boat.
Sure.
What is that again?
Not.
Agility?
Agility.
It's the most rolls we've made all season.
Yeah, that tends to happen when I throw a kraken at your face.
Yeah, I fail.
No
sixes.
No.
No sixes, no sixes.
Power of bisexuality has failed me.
Oh no!
Oh, I mean, I've been rolling hot, so this is about perfect.
Same.
No one passed anything?
It was agility, right?
It was agility.
Nice.
All right. Okay. Justina actually manages to get almost to the boat.
I'm so
and
happy
is going to she failed the mermaid test horribly, but her agility is actually pretty good, especially since she chucked the rest of the chicken outfit that was threatening to drag her down, because wet feathers are actually kind of heavy.
Yeah.
She's going to start climbing aboard next turn. Kraken's gonna attack someone again. I will point out, Comric, that there is something that feels a little closer. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, my dog is on top of my D4. Hang on. Let me just grab a different D4, because I'm not going to move my dogs, because you never move a sleeping pet, because that's bad pet ownership.
Wait, D4?
To pick who the Kraken is going to slap in the face.
Oh, okay.
Before I roll 14d6. 4. That's Comric.
Hi.
Oh god, would you like to roll agility to try and dodge? At this point,
don't even tell me.
redwood
Don't even tell me. Don't even tell me. Yeah. Yes, I would.
I don't know how many dice they've given you, but I hope it's enough. I don't think it might not be enough.
I think I got a couple more from Sammy, so I'm going to use those now. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lords. One six.
1 6. All right, that brings you down to 3 conditions.
Oh, You epically, because I only have one physical condition left. So
Broken.
you see Comric to get smacked and then go limp in the water. Is he thrown? I imagine like it grabs him and throws him.
Yeah. You get, I was going to say yeeted, but that might be a little disrespectful. Definitely thrown. Yeah.
Hit off the hull of the ship. Start sinking.
Okay. Start sinking. Next round. Justina's going to try and climb aboard. Flips a little bit, hangs on to a rope that hangs off the side of the ship, but doesn't make it over the bow.
Just try to get to the boat.
Agility.
I can't roll any sixes.
I have one success.
Okay.
Although I'm with Astrid, so I'm hoping that just helps Astrid.
I mean, if at one point you want to swim on your own, that is also allowed.
If we are close to the boat,
Yeah, you almost made it last time.
okay, then I will try and at least like hang on to the side of the boat on my own, so that Astrid can maneuver herself.
I had to use my reroll, but I got a 6.
A6.
A6. Well, I only have one dice. That's all I can get.
Astrid and Linnea, you at least make it to the ship. Frederick, you are struggling against these waves. You're just not making any headway. And Comric, you are sinking. Just for flavor, could you roll me 2d6? One represents 10s and one represents 1s.
Don't get a 6. That's how you get Rolo.
That's how you get Roloed?
It's a verb now. Yes, 42.
42. Okay.
Which seems about right. That's...
So the main thing, you described your head hitting the boat, but what essentially took you out in the end was the slide down as you get caught on something and your abdomen just gets ripped open. And your critical injury is a severe abdominal wound.
Just like bowels out and everything, huh?
Pretty much, yeah. Frederick, you are still out in the water, like the furthest out from everyone. You haven't seen Zacharias' mommy, but you're pretty sure that somewhere in the distance you might just be seeing Comric's mommy. Unfortunately, Comric is currently out of commission. You're not sure how his wife's going to take that. We'll start another round. For as far as the Kraken's attack goes, you see Pete flying by. As Pete also gets more conditions than he can handle at this point in time.
Nice.
Justina manages to climb aboard the boat. She's rolling really well. She doesn't have a lot of agility, but she's getting there. Swimmers. Climbers. Let me know how we're doing.
Oh, one more time. Just gonna make it to the boat. 6.
I mean, you reach the boat with a 6. Astrid and Linnea, are we climbing on board? You see Comric sinking.
Step.
I mean, Frederick would probably allow Linnea to use him as a step.
I did not have any successes.
You don't manage to climb.
Yeah, I was gonna say at this point I'm not even sure if I'm rolling because I'm mostly just hanging onto the side. I know I can't climb up on my own. I'm kind of waiting for
You're just waiting it out.
Yeah. So
All right.
do with that what you will.
Is Astrid trying to climb?
Can Astrid get one more dice if she strips her dress off? Not
Yes.
for stripping her dress off, but for less weight.
I mean, sure.
Okay.
I will generally reward player character stripping.
All right. Astrid strips her dress off. Oh, thank God. 1-6.
You join Justina on the boat. Oh no. Off in the distance, you hear an old woman screaming as Abela, who attempted to fire a shotgun at the Kraken, pretty much, rather than being launched into the air, just gets tentacles slapped into the water.
I call that karma.
Into the deep.
Yeah, I don't feel that bad about that one.
Nope.
Comric, you are in the water and you are sinking. Sadly, you are still conscious and you can feel the pain of, salt water getting into your abdominal cavity. Not a good feeling. As you are starting to drift in and out of consciousness, because the blood loss is just incredible. You are bleeding out very rapidly. You do see a rather familiar mermaid with nice long hair, partly made of tentacles, fishy tail that looks a little bit like a sea serpent, but it is not Zacharias' mother. The ring on your ring finger glows. And instead of gold, it becomes this turquoise green-blue color that reminds you of that sea fire you saw as you arrived at this island. And you hear her not sing but hum to you. She is not enslaving you or ensnaring you. She is soothing. And she doesn't communicate with words as such, but she shows a series of images in your mind that suggest a bargain. You willingly go with her to the palace you saw as you pulled up to this, what turns out not to be an island. And she helps whichever of your friends get on that ship. She will make sure that ship gets to shore. She will influence the winds. She will smooth the waves. You can never leave again. You will be under the water in that palace with her forever. And you know of Zacharias, and you know that means that whatever children you may beget on her, you may never see again. You may never see them grow. They may be sent to the land, and you can never go to the land again. But that is her offer. You for your friends.
Comric reaches out his ring hand that's glowing towards her and accepts and waits till she gets close resting his hand on her cheek. He then kisses her in the deep.
All right.
My life for Linnea. She's too young to die.
You stop feeling the pain and you stop having trouble with the water in your lungs as she allows you to breathe underwater. The people on the surface, the Kraken remains. The wind, however, has picked up and has turned, and you can see the sails on this ship. And you can see that if you can manage to get aboard, it will head back in the right direction.
Can Astrid drop a rope?
Sure. Linnea and Frederick. Frederick, you reached the ship Lastra. You are near Linnea. A rope has been dropped down to assist you.
I'm just gonna assist Linnea first.
Right. Linnea, roll with an extra dice and whatever you take from Sammy. Justina is at this point no use to you. She is shivering on deck, nearly catatonic with just stress. This is not what she signed up for when she became a barmaid at an isle full of sailors.
I have one success, but seeing Astrid, seeing what Astrid did, I would probably also try and lose some of my dress to make things easier.
Get rid of some of the soaked clothes. With the lightening of the load and the rope and 1/6, Frederick helping you, you manage to get aboard. It's not elegant, it's not pretty, but you get aboard. Frederick.
I guess it's just me.
Guess it's just you. No successes. All right. In that case, can you please roll a force test as the boat begins to move and see if you can hang on or if you're left behind.
I only got 2 6s.
I mean, at least you don't get left behind. You managed to cling on. It's not some kind of ridiculous speedboat. It's not instantly 0 to 60. But you can tell it is absolutely going to pick up speed very quickly. The unnatural wind is positioned perfectly. The waves, despite the churning that this kraken is causing, are just a little smoother in the area that you are heading towards. You have not seen Comric, but you did see a golden glow just before it turned into a sea fire light, just before the boat started moving. I will give Frederick one more try. Get aboard this vessel before it picks up proper speed.
Try.
And you have that dice.
The dice. Oh, God. 2 6s.
Beautiful. It took a lot, but seeing Linnea safe and unclothed in the presence of Astrid, in dire need of a chaperone, the thought of those two women semi-naked together on the deck of a ship is more than enough to propel you forward. So propriety and manners must be preserved. And with this ship sailing back towards Wrecker's Isle, we are going to finish this session and say goodbye to Comric. Thank you, chat. I don't think we would have had this many survivors without your assistance. I'd say good job, but there's too many people crying. Thank you all for being here with us. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to do that super awkward emotional whiplash thing where we go to say goodbye to people and they can tell you where you can find them and other stuff they're up to. I know, it's always so weird after a session like this. Try and make it through the tears. We can do this. And then we'll see you again soon. How about we start with the man with the most important job, protecting Linnea's virtue, Wilde.
Yes, hello, I'm Wild Engineer. You can catch me on Twitch and Twitter. And I guess here.
Thank you. Eva.
You caught me DMing you. Hi, I'm Eva. I am one half of Sword and Key. You can find me here Saturdays and, for the moment, Sundays. And new adventures are coming down the line, so look for that. Yeah, my brain is empty.
That's okay. Baker.
Hi, my name's Baker. You can find me on Instagram because I'm no longer allowed on Twitter. And I post pictures of food, and on Sundays I am here letting Anniek make me cry and emotionally abuse me.
Sounds accurate. Mikyl.
Hello, family. I am Mikyl and emotionally wrecked. I'm pretty sure I'll need therapy, but what's new? You can find me at Mikyl Sandoval on Instagram and Twitter, where I post my art, and I love all of these people here that have allowed me to play at this table. Anniek, you are so great. I just appreciate the story that you've brought to life here. So thank you.
Thank you. And if that sounded like a goodbye, that's because it is. Sadly, Mikyl will not be returning to Vaesen for many reasons, but the main thing being work-life TTRPG balance. We've all felt the sting of trying to plan and do everything. Sadly, that means he's taking a step back from Vaesen. He has, however, said I get to call on him for one shot, so don't think you're rid of him entirely.
And apparently, underwater Lilo type comebacks. I would love to pop in and out. So you call on me. This has
enough
been
people
terrific.
Survived for you to haunt. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah. I'm Anniek. I DM stuff here, usually on Sundays. We're planning a bunch of one-shots as well. I also try not to go on Twitter anymore because it makes me angry. But if I have an exciting new project, I do usually announce it there because that's just where most TTRPG people are. So stay tuned for that. And also follow the Sword and Key Twitter because that is also partly where we're going to be looking for players, maybe kind of sort of for some of the stuff I'm going to be running. So if you want to be part of the people I emotionally torture, keep an eye on the Sword and Key socials. You might get your chance. I'm very excited. Next week we are doing a bit of a wrap-up episode for Vaesen. There is an aftermath to this mystery. So stay tuned for that. And then we're going to have a few talks because I already planned season 3, but we'll see about which characters are in any shape to return, and if any of them need retirement. But don't worry, the disaster buys are staying, I believe. Eva, all yours, channel-wise.
Yes, I think you hit all the main points. We will be posting a casting call. What did I say? Either today or tomorrow. I just need to get finalization approval from our dear Anniek.
Oh shit, that's me.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
And yes, if you need to catch up, we do have everything up on YouTube. This session will be up soon. My brain is still scrambled. We are going to go raid Total Party Chill. I think that does it. Take care of yourselves. Hug a emotional support bottle of alcohol or cat or creature. Yeah, and most of us, we'll see you next time. Send your love to Mikyl.